I'm Alex Cardinale, and you're watching a Alex Cardinale Entertainment production right here on the Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel. Enjoy the show.
WWE Takedown with Alex Cardinale. Are you ready for the ultimate WWE fan experience? Join lifelong WWE enthusiast Alex Cardinale as he dives into everything WWE on WWE Takedown. From in-depth discussions on the latest premium live events to revisiting the greatest matches in WWE history, Alex covers it all. Get exclusive previews, recaps, and more insights only on Alex Cardinale Entertainment. Don't miss out on the action. Tune in and be part of the WWE conversation. And now, ready to step into the ring and discuss WWE, here is Alex Cardinale live from Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Welcome to the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble Match Entry Prediction Show. WWE fans, the countdown is on. Are you ready for the thrilling 2026 WWE Royal Rumble happening next Saturday? Join us as we dive into the exciting world of the Women's Royal Rumble match with none other than WWE enthusiast, Alex Cardinale. In this electrifying livestream, Alex will unveil his predictions for the 30 women who will enter this year's Royal Rumble. But that's not all. He'll also predict the ultimate victor, reveal the final 4 contenders, and speculate on the surprise returns that could shake the ring. This is one of the most epic and exhilarating livestreams of the year, and you won't want to miss a second of it. WWE fans, we invite you to jump into the action by sharing your thoughts. Who do you think will make a surprise return? Who do you believe will claim victory in the Women's Royal Rumble? Post your predictions in the chat or comments and join in the fun. So, sit back, relax, and get ready to enjoy the show with WWE fan Alex Cardinale. Let the predictions begin.
It's a good time to be a WWE wrestling fan because the Royal Rumble is right around the corner. The Royal Rumble is a week from this Saturday, and the Royal Rumble kicks off the road to WrestleMania 42. I'm Alex Cardinale, and you're tuned in live to the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble Match Entry Prediction Show. This is one of my favorite live streams that I get to do each and every year. Tonight, I'm going to predict the 30 women who are entering this year's Women's Royal Rumble match. I'm going to predict what number they enter, and I'm also going to predict who will win the Women's Royal Rumble match and the Final 4. All that and more right here, right now on this fun live stream. As always, I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the show. Please feel free to post in the comments who you think is going to return and who you think is going to win. With that being said, let's go ahead and get this fun show started.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most electrifying event in sports entertainment, the Royal Rumble. This is the match where legends are made and careers are defined. The rules are simple yet brutal. 2 superstars will start in the ring, and every 90 seconds, another competitor will join the fray. There are no pinfalls, no submissions, only one way to be eliminated: you must be thrown over the top rope, and both feet must touch the floor. The last superstar standing will earn a coveted championship opportunity at WrestleMania. So, buckle up and prepare for the chaos, the drama, and the glory of the Royal Rumble.
All right, let's find out who is entering the Women's Royal Rumble at entry number 1. And entering the Royal Rumble at entry number 1 is former WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton will enter this year's Women's Royal Rumble at entry number 1. Who will square off with Tiffany Stratton? Let's find out right now. Entry number 2 in the Women's Royal Rumble will be none other than Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair will combat and oppose Tiffany Stratton to kick off the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair had an epic WrestleMania 41 match for the Women's Championship when Charlotte Flair won last year's Royal Rumble. Now, Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair will kick off the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble match. Now let the countdown begin. Let's see who's going to enter the Royal Rumble at entry number 3. Entering the Royal Rumble as the third entrant is a former Women's Royal Rumble match winner, Asuka. Asuka is one of my favorite female superstars today. She won the 2018 Women's Royal Rumble. I think Asuka is going to do great in this year's Royal Rumble. Now let's find out who is going to enter as our fourth entrant. Who will be number 4? So entering the Royal Rumble at number 4 will be Lash Legend. Recent call-up from NXT, Lash Legend will appear in her very first Royal Rumble match. How will Lash Legend do in her very first Royal Rumble? We'll find out. Let's find out who enters the Royal Rumble as entry number 5. Who's going to be our fifth entrant? Entry number 5 is going to be Natalya. Natalya, who just recently turned heel on Monday Night Raw. Natalya will be entering the Royal Rumble at entry number 5. Will Natalya have better luck this year in the Royal Rumble? Historically, she has done really well in the Women's Royal Rumbles, but she's always been eliminated. Will she have better luck this year? We will for sure find out. Now it's entry number 6. Who is going to enter at number 6? Entering the Royal Rumble at entry number 6 will be Kiana James. Kiana James is technically right now the personal servant for Julia. Can Kiana James get rid of Julia and get out of her shadow and become her own superstar? Well, she could do that if she wins the Royal Rumble or at least has a strong outing at the Royal Rumble. So Kiana James enters the Royal Rumble at entry number 6. And I agree with Jamal. Asuka is in the top 3. She's one of my all-time favorite female superstars as well. All right, it is time to find out who enters at number 7. Who is our 7th entry? Entering the Royal Rumble at entry number 7 is a former Women's World Champion, Io Sky. Io Sky is one of the most over women wrestlers of 2026. She had a great 2025, and she could kick off a great 2026 by winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. So Io Sky is our 7th entrant. Now let's find out who enters at entry number 8. Entering the Royal Rumble at entry number 8, Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss made her WWE return at last year's Royal Rumble, and now in 2026 she will enter the Royal Rumble as the 8th entry. Alexa Bliss is a former WWE Women's Champion, but she has never won the Royal Rumble. Will that change this year? We will find out a week from Saturday. And now it is time for our 9th entry. Who will enter at number 9? Entering the Royal Rumble, the newest WWE signing, Jordynne Grace, on Friday Night SmackDown. Friday Night SmackDown's Jordynne Grace will enter the Royal Rumble at entry number 9, and she will look to dominate the Royal Rumble and potentially win it to earn a championship match at WrestleMania. We're now a third of the way through the Royal Rumble, and it's now time for our 10th entry. Let's see who entered the Royal Rumble at number 10. Entering the Royal Rumble at entry number 10, Nia Jax, the girl that is unlike most girls, the powerhouse of the WWE Women's Division. Nia Jax has never won a Women's Royal Rumble match, but she has definitely stolen the show at Royal Rumbles. She's entered the Men's Royal Rumble, and she has dominated Women's Royal Rumble matches in the past. Will 2026 be her year where she wins her first Women's Royal Rumble? We will find out a week from Saturday. Now let's find out who entered the Royal Rumble at entry number 11. Entry number 11 will be Kairi Sane from the Kabuki Warriors. Kairi Sane will be in the Royal Rumble to help Asuka if Asuka is still in the Royal Rumble at this point. Kairi Sane is actually a really good woman superstar, woman wrestler, and I think she will do good in the Royal Rumble. We haven't had any returns yet. When will the returns happen? Well, maybe it might happen to entry number 12. Let's find out who's going to enter at entry number 12. Entry number 12 will be the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch will enter the Royal Rumble, and she'll look to win her second Royal Rumble this year. Becky Lynch is currently the Intercontinental Champion, but the man would love to headline WrestleMania again and challenge for a Women's Championship. But right now, she is entry number 12 in the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble match. Let's find out who drew entry number 13, shall we? Entry number 13 is our first return of 2026, and it is Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella is back in the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble match. WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella has had a historical career, but she has yet to win a Royal Rumble. Will 2026 be her year? Well, now it's time to find out who is going to enter the Royal Rumble at entry number 14. Entering the Royal Rumble at entry number 14 is our second return, and it is the crazy superstar AJ Lee. AJ Lee, who made her shocking WWE return in September of 2025. Well, AJ Lee is now part of the women's roster in WWE, and she'll be entering the Royal Rumble as the 14th entry. How will AJ Lee do in this year's Royal Rumble? I think she will do great. She'll most likely target and eliminate Becky Lynch, but I think WWE will book her great, and she'll have a great run in the WWE Women's Royal Rumble match. We are halfway through the Women's Royal Rumble match. Let's find out who is our 15th entrant. Entering the Royal Rumble at entry number 15 is a former two-time United States champion, Chelsea Green. And Chelsea Green was the first women's United States champion. She'll be entering the Royal Rumble at entry number 15. I'm not particularly crazy for Chelsea Green, but I know there's a lot of WWE fans out there that love Chelsea Green, just not me. But Chelsea Green will be entering the Royal Rumble at entry number 15. And now let's see who gets lucky number 16. Entering the Royal Rumble at entry number 16 could be one of this year's top dogs to win the Women's Royal Rumble, Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley won the 2023 Women's Royal Rumble, and she also dominated WWE for 2024 and 2025. What better way to start 2026 than by having a dominating performance at this year's Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia and winning her second career Royal Rumble. We'll see how Rhea Ripley does, but I see Rhea Ripley entering at entry number 16. Now let's see who enters at number 17, our 17th entrant. Entering the Royal Rumble at entry number 17 will be Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez had a phenomenal showing in the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble, and I expect that trend to continue at this year's Royal Rumble because she's now part of the main roster and she's now part of the Judgment Day. Roxanne Perez has a bright future and she could very well be a Women's Royal Rumble winner in the very near future. Let's see who enters at number 18. Entering the Royal Rumble, entry number 18 will be Bayley. Bayley is the winner of a Royal Rumble herself, having won the Royal Rumble in 2024. Bayley has had a tough 2025, but what a way to redeem yourself by winning the Women's Royal Rumble and becoming a number one contender for a Women's Championship of your choosing. Bayley is definitely a role model, and she definitely is a contender to win this year's Royal Rumble match. I think Bayley is one of the most underrated women superstars that WWE currently has on their roster. Now, who will enter at number 19? Let's find out. Entering at number 19 will be a returning future Hall of Famer and returning women legend, Melina. Melina last appeared in the 2022 Royal Rumble, and 4 years later, Melina could steal the show at the 2026 Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. I would love to see Melina back in the WWE, and her return can start at the 2026 Royal Rumble. And now, let's find out who enters at entry number 20. Who is going to be our 20th entrant? Entering at number 20 is Judgment Day member Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez could be the dark horse of the Royal Rumble. She's a strong powerhouse, much like Nia Jax from Friday Night SmackDown. I'd love to see Raquel Rodriguez and Nia Jax go at it in the Royal Rumble match. Well, let's find out who is going to be entry number 21. Who is going to draw the lucky number 21? Entering the Royal Rumble at entry number 21, another rising talent and a former Women's Intercontinental Champion, the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria will look to prove herself in the Women's Royal Rumble match and kick off 2026 legendary way by winning the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble match. And now we're going to find out who is going to enter the Royal Rumble at entry number 22. Entry number 22 will be Nikki Cross from the group known as the Wyatt Six. So Nikki Cross will enter the Royal Rumble and she'll look to make a shocking display of power, and she'll look to create a solitary run like she's never had before. Nikki Cross, entry number 22. Let's find out who's going to enter at entry number 23. And entering the Royal Rumble at entry number 23 is none other than Liv Morgan. Right on cue, one of our viewers asked for Liv Morgan, and Liv Morgan will be entering the Royal Rumble as entry number 23. Liv Morgan could very well win this year's Royal Rumble match. WWE seems to be really interested in Liv Morgan. They've been booking her really well, and she could very much so win the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble. She could go on to beat Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania. So entering at number 23 with a high chance of winning this year's Royal Rumble, Liv Morgan. Let's find out who will enter at number 24. And another WWE Hall of Famer and female legend, a multi-time women's champion who recently celebrated 25 years in the WWE, Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus has been entering the Royal Rumbles in recent years, and I think this year could very well continue, since it is in Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabians like to shell out big money to the WWE, so Trish Stratus could easily return at this year's Royal Rumble. I could see her dominating the Royal Rumble, making a great appearance. Let's find out who's going to enter at entry number 25, shall we? Who is our 25th entrant? Entry number 25 is another WWE Hall of Famer, Lita. Lita is the Queen of Extreme, and we haven't seen Lita in the WWE ring since 2022 or 2023, I believe, but Lita could make a one-off appearance at the 2026 Royal Rumble. And now it is time for our 26th entrant. We've got 4 more entrants. Entering the Royal Rumble at entry number 26 is Blake Monroe from NXT. I haven't really watched NXT a lot, so I don't really know much about Blake Monroe, but I know that a lot of WWE fans brag about her, so she's probably a really good Royal Rumble, or excuse me, she's probably really a good wrestler. I think Blake Monroe enters the Royal Rumble at entry number 26. And now, entry number 27, historically speaking, for both men and women, entry number 27 has drawn a lot of winners. Who will enter at number 27 this year? Entry number 27 will be Maxine Dupree from American Alpha. Maxine Dupree has actually bettered herself, and she's proven to be a great wrestler despite many fans' criticisms at the early beginning stages of her career. But she has been doing phenomenal, and I think she'll have a great showing in the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble match. And now let's find out who will be entry number 28, another lucky number. Entry number 28 will be the former Royal Rumble winner from 2021, I believe it was. Bianca Belair will enter at number 28. We haven't seen Bianca Belair since WrestleMania of last year when she suffered a hand injury. Well, now Bianca Belair will enter the Women's Royal Rumble match at entry number 28, and she should have a good outing. Bianca Belair is one of the biggest superstars, male or female, that WWE has currently, and I think WWE has some big plans for her at 2026, and I think she could have a strong showing at this year's Royal Rumble. Well, now let's find out who's going to enter as our 29th entrant. And entering at number 29, another WWE Hall of Famer and another legend who has been in a lot of Women's Royal Rumble matches, Michelle McCool. Michelle McCool has stated she wanted to make a WWE return, and what better way to start that WWE return than at the Women's Royal Rumble. I'd love to see Michelle McCool lace it up and get in the ring and get in action at the Royal Rumble. So Michelle McCool will be our 29th entrant. And now it is lucky number 30. Who will be the final woman superstar to enter this year's Royal Rumble? Let's find out. Well, entering the Women's Royal Rumble as the final entrant, entry number 30, would be Paige. Paige is actually a free agent right now, and what better way to make her WWE return than by competing in the Women's Royal Rumble match? It would be a shocking return, a shocking appearance at the Royal Rumble, and imagine the pop that she would get. I would love to see Paige enter the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble match. She doesn't have to win, but an appearance in the Women's Royal Rumble match would be huge, and it would make a lot of WWE fans happy, myself included. I've always been a fan of Paige, and it sucks that she suffered an injury and she had to retire early. She went on to AEW for a bit, but she got released from AEW. Now she is a free agent, and I would welcome Paige back to the Royal Rumble and back to the WWE with open arms. It'd be great to see Paige have interactions with AJ Lee in the Royal Rumble, Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and all of the current superstars that we have today. So those are the 30 superstars that are in this year's Women's Royal Rumble. Let's take a look at the surprise appearances and returns that I have for this year's Royal Rumble. So let's take a look at the returns that I picked for this year's Royal Rumble. Here they are. So this year I got returning in the Royal Rumble Tiffany Stratton, Bianca Belair, AJ Lee, Paige, Michelle McCool, and Nikki Bella. Tiffany Stratton has been out with an injury since losing her WWE Women's Championship back at Saturday Night's Main Event in October. Bianca Belair has been injured since WrestleMania of last year. AJ Lee is on a part-time contract, so she's going to come and go a lot over these next few months. But AJ Lee will be making her return at the Royal Rumble. Paige is a free agent, so she can make her WWE return at the Royal Rumble. Michelle McCool is a special attraction. Nikki Bella is currently a part-timer as well. Lita and Trish Stratus also are part of the returns. They'd be special attractions as well. So my surprise returns for this year's Royal Rumble: Lita, Trish Stratus, Tiffany Stratton, Bianca Belair, AJ Lee, Paige, Michelle McCool, and Nikki Bella. Now, here's the fun part of the Royal Rumble. We talk about the final six and the final four. Here are the final six that I've got for the Women's Royal Rumble match. Paige, Rhea Ripley, AJ Lee, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, and Liv Morgan. Talk about a star-studded final six. Paige, Ripley, Lee, Lynch, Belair, and Morgan. Because AJ Lee and Becky Lynch are currently involved in a rivalry, they would eliminate each other, which culminates in a WrestleMania 42 match for the Intercontinental Championship. So that leads us to the final four, and the final four would be Paige, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley have a strong distaste for each other, so Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley would both fight and eventually eliminate each other. And that leads us to the final two. The final two of the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble match would be Bianca Belair and Paige. Talk about a dream match scenario happening in the Royal Rumble. And that's what I really like about the Royal Rumble is sometimes you get your dream match scenarios. Well, in this year's Royal Rumble, the final two will be Bianca Belair and Paige. And who do I got winning this year's Royal Rumble? I've got Bianca Belair winning the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble match. This would be a great way for her to return and a great way to book her into the road to WrestleMania 42. I think Bianca Belair wins this year's Royal Rumble and she will challenge Jade Cargill on the biggest stage of them all, WrestleMania 42. Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill. This could be a really good feud. I don't know who would win at WrestleMania, but I probably would love to see Jade Cargill beat Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 42. But this year, I definitely see Bianca Belair walking out as a two-time Royal Rumble winner, and I see Bianca Belair winning this year's Women's Royal Rumble match. So, that's my pick for the Royal Rumble winner, Bianca Belair. Who do you guys see winning this year's Royal Rumble? Let me know down in the chat or in the comments. We're going to hear a quick word from our channel, Alex Cardinale Entertainment, and when I come back, we're going to wrap up this amazing show, so don't go anywhere, folks.
Dive into the world of fish keeping with Jeremy Lady. Attention fish enthusiasts! We've got an exciting event lined up just for you. Mark your calendars for Saturday, January 24th, 2026, because fish keeper Jeremy Lady is back and ready to make a splash. Join us at a special start time of 5 p.m. Eastern/2 p.m. Pacific as Jeremy steps into the hot seat with the one and only Alex Cardinale. What's in store? In-depth fish discussions. What fish topics will Jeremy and Alex dive into? You'll have to tune in to find out. Expert insights. Get ready for an engaging session filled with expert tips and tricks for all fish enthusiasts. Why you shouldn't miss it. Learn from the best. Jeremy Lady is renowned in the fish-keeping community for his extensive knowledge and passion. Don't swim by this opportunity. Set your reminders and grab your favorite snacks. This is one fish-tastic event you won't want to miss.
Get ready for an early Saturday on the next Saturday with Alex Cardinale. Live Saturday, January 24th, 2026 at a special start time of 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. It's Saturday with Alex Cardinale. In the hot seat will be fish keeper Jeremy Lady. Join Jeremy and Alex as they have a fun fish keeping conversation. Plus, WWE fan Alex Cardinale gets you ready for WWE Saturday Night's main event later on in the evening. Plus, the Royal Rumble countdown continues. 1 week before the Royal Rumble, learn about the Royal Rumble 2008 match, NFL Championship Playoff Round preview. Chef Alex will have healthy recipes, Two Truths and a Lie on Facebook. Plus, learn about the Gibbonceps pleco and the Hacer oriensis catfish, Seagrass Farms featured fish, and more. Live Saturday, January 24th. Special start time 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on YouTube channel Alex Cardinale Entertainment.
Get ready to rumble. Hey WWE fans, are you ready for the Ultimate Showdown? Mark your calendars for Royal Rumble Saturday with Alex Cardinale, airing live on January 31st, 2026, at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time. This year's Royal Rumble is taking place in Saudi Arabia, and instead of a preview, Alex will be diving into an action-packed recap. What's on tap for Royal Rumble Saturday? Complete recap. WWE fan Alex Cardinale delivers a full overview, highlights, and grades the thrilling Royal Rumble 2026. Match winners discussion. Dive into the details of the Royal Rumble match winners and gear up for the road to WrestleMania 42. Two Truths and a Lie. Enjoy a special Royal Rumble edition of this fun game. Super Bowl 60 preview. Get a sneak peek into what to expect this football season. January 2026 review. Reflect on the month's biggest moments. Countdown to A.C.E 12th anniversary. Relive a classic video as we build up to this milestone. Special surprise guest. Stay tuned for an exciting appearance. Join us on January 31st, 2026, at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time on the YouTube channel Alex Cardinale Entertainment. Don't miss out on the excitement. See you there.
Well, a week from this Saturday, it will be the Royal Rumble taking place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, 2 p.m. Eastern in the United States and 11 a.m. Pacific in the United States as well. So catch the Royal Rumble at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on ESPN in USA and Netflix elsewhere. On next Thursday's special episode, it will be the men's Royal Rumble match industry prediction show. Who will I predict returns for the men's, and who do I predict will win the men's Royal Rumble match? Well, tune in next Thursday at this time, 10 p.m. Eastern, to find out. Well, WWE fans, I hope you enjoyed the women's Royal Rumble match industry prediction show. I had a blast. Next Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, we will do the men's Royal Rumble match industry prediction show. Enjoy Friday Night SmackDown tomorrow night, and don't miss Saturday night's main event this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific on Peacock in the United States of America. With that being said, have a great rest of your day and get ready to rumble 1 week from this Saturday. Good night from Port St. Lucie. Thank you for watching this episode of the Alex Cardinale Entertainment. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did enjoy the show, please smash that like button and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel so you'll be notified when I upload a new video or I go live next. And also, share this video on social media so other people can be entertained from the Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on the next video.